today was the first year anniversary of the Brussels attack, and it was also the day where in Washington, the anti-Islamic State coalition of 68 nations were meeting to debate how to fight off and win the war against Islamic State. So a very significant day indeed.
So by making 2 and 2 make about 6, somebody is pre-wired to do this dreadful thing.
Look, I mean, we might be off the chart with the coincidence. What is not a coincidence is that he picked a Wednesday when the Prime Minister was in Parliament. That's, I think, a very strong signal and a symbolic attack for whoever is behind it to say, look, we're not scared of attacking you nearby, even though you're protected and even though I'm going to die because I know there are police around it and the parliament is extremely well protected, but it doesn't matter. I want to prove to you that we're not scared of you and we'll go after you.
Brussels Airport was the scene of great carnage this time last year when there were a number of suicide bombings, 2 at the airport and 1 at the metro station in Malbec, and 32 people died, and then the 3 people wearing the suicide vests as well. A huge attack. Has it made any difference to the security at Brussels Airport since then? Are we going to see an equal reaction on Westminster Bridge, for example?
We're talking about 2 different animals. What we're talking about today is an unsophisticated attack that cannot be prevented. You could have had 500 soldiers around. If somebody wants to drive his car into a crowd, he's going to do it. Except if you know that this person in this car is going to do it and then you shoot him. Otherwise, there's no way of stopping it. This is the nightmarish scenario for security services, which they thought about, 15 years ago, and they were happy that it never happened. Now we're talking about this low sophisticated attack, somebody grabbing a knife and going after someone. It's impossible to stop. Whereas the Brussels one, it was an organized cell that were really wanted by security services. They were on their tracks, and it involved a lot of different things in terms of material, in terms of timing, in terms of organization. Much easier in a way to foil those kind of attacks than the ones we've seen today in London.
In this case, answering the questions is enormously helped by the fact that there's a car and there's a man's body. Is that going to be enough to lead the security services to whatever the reason for this attack was, and anyone else who's connected with it?
Obviously, I'm sure that their muteness regarding the details of the attack a few hours after the fact is really food for thought when it comes to what they're going to be looking at. I assume that they have the ID of the person. They will most probably search his apartment, look into his social media. They will come down to the bottom of it if it's someone that was on a terror watch list or not. And so I think we'll get the explanation, which most of the cases in Europe, we do after the fact.
There is no apparent claim yet from anyone. Is there anything in social media at the moment that is reliably pointing to the perpetrator?
No, nothing at all. But a couple of things that's worth noting. Usually, Islamic State waits for the perpetrator to be dead before they announce anything. So that's number one. Usually, Islamic State waits between 12 and 24 hours before coming up with a claim. So that's one. The second one would be possibly somebody that is just inspired that didn't tell anyone. But in any case, he followed the exact modus operandi that was advised by the former spokesman of Islamic State, Al-Adnani, back in 2014. when he said to European followers of ISIS to attack at home, not come to Syria, use a car as a weapon and kill as many infidels as they could, and take knives if needed and kill also as many people as possible. So this modus operandi is similar to what was advised by IS. That's all we can say at this point.